What is up guys, Northside here, welcome to my channel. Okay, this will be my build for level 80 Barbarian Blademaster for mod 17 Uprising. I did recorded pre-build, it's on my channel, however it's to get you into the Tower of the Mad Mage. This one will be, I will show you in the second part of the video some rotation and alternatively what you can use to have over 200k power when you're soloing, stuff like that. For now we will go over gear, powers, boons, companions and mount powers. As I said before, the beginning, this is like optimized for Tower of the Mad Mage with high power, armor pen over cap for over penetration stat or feet if you will, 2.5k over, defense is over 80,000, critical strike at 80,000, accuracy over 80,000, and common advantage I can't really not do anything about this, so I kind of match the stats to be around 80,000 or more, not under the relevant stats. Also, don't go in there under 300k HP. I already explained this. I use mount power for that, 50,000 HP. Alternatively, you can use reinforcement kits or or some companions, but I'll get to that. So here we go, we'll start from left to right. This is Prestige Wizard Helm. It gives 5% damage in the Undermountain. In the utility slot, all tactical enchantments for healing, incoming healing, which is around 31, I think, let me see, incoming healing 30%, influence 31.5, recharge speed, action point, you can see everything here, yeah. Critical severity, everything is here, you can pause the video. So let's go back to the stats. As I said, Prestige Wizard Helm. Alternatively, you can use any helmet that has actually 5% in the Undermountain. It's going to be Spy Guild or Apprentice helmet, doesn't really matter. You can use anything that has 5% damage in the Undermountain and it should work perfectly fine. This is Sentinel of the Star breastplate. Defense slot Radiant, Bark Shield for party content, Blood Theft for solo content, with some insignia bonuses that I'll show later for self-healing. This is basically just upgraded version of the Ebonized Chainmail with Butcher's Might. When you damage or heal your target for more than 10% of your hit points in a single blow, you gain 1% power for 10 seconds, max stack 10. On Sentinel of the Star breastplate is max stack 5. Doesn't matter, you will only basically damage the enemy with the encounter power, so it's gonna be hard to reach those 5 stacks. However, there's also a version Mercenary of the Maze breastplate that will heal you for 1% when you damage the target for 15% of the maximum hit points. Which more hit points you have, it's gonna be still with the encounters mostly. Sorry about that. These are the bracers, Templar of the Twilight bracers for the encounter perk. Encounter powers do 3% more damage, tactical in the utility. Alternatively, you can use Sentinel of the Star bracers, at-will powers with the at-will perk, 3% more damage, or Star over 1 bracers for PvP. When you're moving for 3 seconds, your damage is increased by 1%. This effect stacks up to 5 times and is removed if you stand still longer than 5 seconds. So keep that in mind. I just picked this one, so there's that. Heals of Fury also with tactical enchantment in the utility. Your melee powers for 3% damage, we all know that. All hunt, this is the only piece of hunt gear that's left on me. Mine is the Shadowstalker ring, but that's really not from hunts. It is from Child though, so keep that in mind. This gear you can get from the expeditions, New Warden and the other one, Space Expeditions, whatever, if you will. So good luck with that. Good gear, decent stats. Now this is Lionheart set. Already talked about this. It has nice bonus for us. It is stamina dependent, so keep that in mind. It has a little slider and increased damage dealt up to 10% when your stamina is full, which is going to be very rare. Effect decreases as stamina decreases, so slider goes down. Decreased damage received up to 10% when stamina is empty. Effect decreases as stamina increases, so it's up and down, up and down. It's a decent set, you know. 1 Tenebrous, 1 Radiant, and Vorpal, of course. 1 Tenebrous 15 should be enough. It provides decent DPS boost. Okay, the sword knot, 2 radiance, HP, power, of course, crit severity, critical strike here only for this version that you can see here, because so I can reach 80,000 critical strike. It's actually it sounds easier than it is actually to gain everything from the gear, but it is how it is. I managed to work it out. Of course, Demogorgon Demon Lord set, still best in slot for now. I already talked about the new set. There is alternative for some other classes, however I don't play other classes, so I wouldn't know. Tactical Radiant for power. Of course, the belt also with Tactical and Radiant inside. All these 4 pieces are reinforced with Stamina Regen Jewel +1. For Stamina Regeneration they should be fixed, so they should work according to the devs. About the rings, I'm using Shadowstalker 5 with 1 Brutal, 1 Radiant inside to gain the stats, otherwise it would be 2 Radiants, more than enough. Alternatively, a Ebonized ring would be the best, however I don't have the Assault ring, I have Raid and Ward ring. So, or you can alternatively use 4 and 5 Shadowstalkers, nothing wrong in that. Yes, you get less stats. If you compare it to these new rings from the trial, Bypass Gold ring, this one is giving over 20,000 stats. I picked this one up for at will power damage, 3% more damage. So we got that. We got melee powers from Heels of Fury, encounter powers from Bracers, and that's it. This one comes from the trial +4 version, is also pretty cool. It has again 3% damage even if it's epic, so it doesn't really matter. Shirt is the module 16 shirt, Ebony Stain Ward shirt, 3% damage increase when your stamina is over 75, rarely manageable. You need to work it out yourself. 1 radiant inside, double radiance in the ring. These are pants of the duelist, radiant inside for maximum hit points. It has 4k deflection, although I have a lot of other pants of the diviner, critical avoidance awareness, pants of the keeper, 3.9k defense, pants of the tailor, some defense, deflection, and start 10 pants of the ladder. These all come from the Fragment expeditions. They will drop from the boss, so keep that in mind. That's all regarding the gear. Bypass ring from the trial, weapons from the trial. This is coming from the expeditions. Okay, so about the artifact setup, the Blast Scepter is for single target. It has nice stats, I said before, 6k hit points, 3k power, 1.5k crit, 15% debuff on the target for 10 seconds, so it's nice debuff for the group, you know. I do like it. I will show you at the second part of the video when I do the rotation on the dummy how it works. Alternatively, you can use for single target eventually Soulside Crystal. It's a self buff for 25% more damage for 10 seconds, or whatever you want to use. This one is pretty cool. The counter I will show in the second part of the video for AoE, even though it is a good artifact. Other artifacts: Staff of Flowers, 3k power, 1.5k crit awareness. I'm using coated knives for actually for some extra armor pen and crit. Accuracy is over cap anyway, and the Shadow Orcus wand, of course, for Demogorgon. So that's about it for the gear. For the stats, you can see here, I should probably just switch this dominant force, pardon me, for Stalwart. So that's 50,000 hit points. So with VIP bonus you should be good with this. Power is a little lower, still decent. It shouldn't matter that much. Okay, for the powers, passives, still Trample the Fallen and Steel Blitz, working pretty good. Regarding the encounters, as I said, second part of the video, powers, Relentless Speed for relentless, for not so fast activation, and activation of Trample the Fallen. Blood Ladder, actually Blood Spiller, increases the magnitude of Blood Ladder 400. Combined with Hidden Daggers, it hits almost 1 million on a dummy. It's gonna be lower on the actual boss fights, but it's still a nice damage, better than IBS. Over penetration, as I said, you're gonna need 2.5k so you can fully utilize 10%, 2% for every 500 over the cap, meaning if it's 68,000 for a Lair of the Mad Mage, you're gonna need 2.5k over that, or in this case 80,000. It's 2.5k, a little bit more for me here, but 2.5k so I can utilize that, and you know, so it can be that 10%. Steel Slam doesn't matter, I just fitted it in. I don't use Unstoppable Spin, and I'm still using Relentless Battle Rage, 10% more damage, build twice as much rage. I don't like escalating rage, I said this before, because of the incapacitate. You know, I don't like to be incapacitated, especially in combat, so 5% less damage doesn't matter. So that's it. Regarding the powers, of course, Relentless Slash for a debuff, damage dealt 5%, 12 seconds, always cast that. Short Strike, of course. We're gonna hop to the boons. So about the boons, I'm gonna go over boons this time. So of course power, I did feed it 5 points in critical strike, so I can maintain that 80,000 over 80,000 crit, so I can have 50% chance. Of course, always hit points and nothing else in tier 1. Again, power, armor penetration. This is actually hit points. It's always hit points, as you can see in all first four feats, and I put 5 points in Marathon Runner for movement speed. Again, power, skip everything. Bulwark for hit points, 5 points in Companion Influence. Again, Captain's Training, power, 5 points, 5 points in hit points, 2 points in Lingering Power, just something extra, and 4 points in Second Wind, Stamina Regen, and Recovery Speed, quick turnaround. The last Master Boon, you can choose whatever you want. I just placed Enhanced Application to add some self-heals if I really go down that low with health. So those are the boons: Stronghold boons, defense, power. Alternatively, if you get enough hit points to go over 88,000, you can switch to 32,000 hit point bonus or something else. It's really up to you. So you can pause the video, you can check it out again, and that's pretty much it. Regarding the companions, I'm still using Bullet Pup. You can see the stats here. It's a lot of combat advantage, defense, crit, accuracy. Most of the stats are coming from the pet, so it is kind of important. Regarding the gear, there's a lot of new gear I can show you. You will get this over 1,000 item level gear with 12,000 or combat advantage or accuracy or whatever. I'm using the one with the combat advantage, with 2 empowered runestones inside. Choke chain is from module 16, also 2 empowered runestones, and Noble Emerald Ring with armor pen and defense. As I said, as I said, there's a lot of new gear. I'll just go quickly over that so you can see. Defense, crit, critical avoidance, accuracy, offense, defense slots. Really, it depends, but there's a lot of new gear. So you're gonna have to figure out what you're gonna use so you can get the stats that you're aiming for, actually, you know. Regarding the enhancement powers, I'm still using potency. This is Mighty Insight, 2k power, 4k deflection, and Stone of Might. Of course, Deep Crow, 8000 power, 4k power from Minstrel, some power from Yoimbo, and Compy. Alternatively, if you don't have Alpha Compy, you can use something like Barbarian Shaman, 2k power, 4k combat advantage if you're missing some. Let's see, Crystal Golem, 16k hit points, 2k power, Ghost, 4k power, 2k crit. This is Energon, 32,000 hit points, so if you're lacking some hit points, you can slot this. You will be close to 400k HP, 380k I think, something like that. So it's all up to you guys, really. Check Reiner's Pocket Wiki for everything, for all the companion powers, you know. Okay, so about the mounts, as I said, I'm using Stalwart here. You know, when I'm playing solo, it's gonna be 10,000 power from Dominant Force. If not, it's gonna be Stalwart for 50,000 hit points. As I said, hit points are important, so make sure you're close to 340k hit points when you're going into trial until you learn the mechanics and whatnot. Now let me just digress. I know there's a lot of stuff going on now about bonuses, self buffs, and I didn't want to make a video about that until I see what's gonna happen. They didn't really came out and say what they're gonna do about it. I know they're gonna nerf a bunch of classes, but they shouldn't release them in the first place like that, so we'll see how that's gonna work out. Apparently our class is working as it's supposed to, so that's why we suck basically, but it doesn't really matter. You know, I'm still doing decent damage. I can't really complain. It is how it is. So bats form for single target, tensor transformation eventually. If you're not lazy to switch, I just use bats form for single target and to activate the insignia bonus. About the insignias, they're really not that important. So we got Covenant, I got Dominance and skill insignias. I'm slotting Dominance wherever I can. Persuasion, when you use an artifact, reduce cooldowns by 2 seconds, so every 60 seconds you can gain that. Maneuver, it's not really important, just to slot 3 Dominance insignias. Gladiator Guile for you know, regenerating stamina. That's pretty actually useful. So 10% stamina gain when below 25%, and when you use a mount power, receive a buff to all ratings for 10 seconds, so that's okay, I guess. You can pause the video and check it out. When I'm running alone, I use Night Rebuke. When you receive common advantage damage from an attack, which is pretty much all the time if you have mobs, not in Tower of the Mad Mage, so that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to use something else. You're healed for 1.5% for hit points over 5 seconds. Pretty decent. So you can you know, I use that and some other bonuses to self heal and combine with blood theft when I'm soloing, but not in this version for actually for Tower of the Mad Mage. Pardon me. So these are insignias one more time. Companions, as I said, five times empower runes on 1 profane for defense, and you can see everything here. I'm not gonna repeat myself. Boons one more time, you can check it out. Powers is always the front row. I mean, it's very poor choice, so it is how it is. And yeah, this is it. This is Tower of the Mad Mage ready, and for every other piece of content, special layer of the Mad Mage, you can have over 200k power. I'll show you that how to get 210k power in the second part of the video. So that's it. If you have any questions, just shoot it in the comment section. I probably forgot something, so you just feel free to ask. Again, this is for the Tower of the Mad Mage, but it will work in any other piece of content. Even with this amount of power, with everything else activates, you will be around 190 and 195k power. So over 190k power is more than enough. But you know, you can't really do anything if you're dead. You're not useful for the team. You get a revive sickness, you scroll up 10% bomb, 10%. Every time you scroll up, you're gonna have 10% less damage, and that's a lot. So take care in the Tower of the Mad Mage. I know it's a couple of weeks, I think 10 days until it's unlocked. So yeah, thank you guys for the support. This is a build 417. We'll see about the mod 18. I mean, this gear is providing already enough common advantage probably for the next mod, and we'll see about the other stats, but there will be new gear, so there's that. Anyway, we're gonna jump to the stronghold now. I'm gonna show you some rotation, and we're gonna close the video there. Thank you for the support, for subs and likes, dislikes. Thank you all. I will see you soon. So this was all for me for now. If this needs to be adjusted, I will adjust it accordingly, as I always do. For now, this is it. Thank you everybody, and depending when you're watching this, have a nice weekend or a week ahead. And let's go to the stronghold, so stick around if you want to see some rotation, and that's it. We're gonna close the video then. Be right back. Okay, we are back. This will be a rotation for single target. Now again, Trample the Fallen, Steel Blitz, not so fast, Hidden Daggers for Bloodletter enhancement, and Savage Advance for the daily. Now when you're entering, when you're starting the rotation, just place Relentless Slash first and try to build up your rage, so you can land nice hits. It is how it is. Cooldowns are high. I know all that, so just keep that in mind. That the Relentless Slash is active. You can pop the Swarm, Artifact, Not So Fast, Hidden Daggers, and then Bloodletter. So it's almost a million. You can pop the daily also, and there we go. That's 2 million in 2 hits. Of course, keep in mind that this is a static target. Of course, Demogorgon set is fully utilized here, so just try to maintain some kind of sync with teammates on Discord, whatever, and you should do pretty good with this. Also, Not So Fast should maintain the Trample the Fallen all the time. So that's for the single target. Pretty easy, just rinse repeat. There we go. Bloodletter can go over 1 million on the dummy. In combat it will be different. Now, if I were to do, not this content, I would probably switch back to power here. Move this artifact here and just use the counter. So almost 200k power. Some stats are lower now, but they are still pretty close. It's not really that big of a deal. So this is what you can still roll with this, if you know what I mean. Doesn't really matter. So now we got all full radiance, so it's almost 200k power. Again, I like to use, for trash clearing, I would use probably Roar instead of Hidden Daggers, just to activate that you can see the hits are pretty nice. Boon of Atropal is working, and it's pretty good. You can see it's 210k power, although you will rarely reach Butcher Mites to 5%, mostly on trash. So but on boss it's gonna be a little harder. Just try to maintain some kind of rotation, and it should be okay. As you can see, the boon is still active, the Atropal one. And I'm using Roar here combined with Not So Fast, so I can have that much more, so I can build my battle rage much faster. Again, just rinse repeat. Bloodletter is not important for trash clearing, but it can be pretty cool. So I'm not using Indomitable Battle IBS anymore. As you can see, again, and I have full combat advantage here from a teammate, so keep that in mind. That's about it, guys. Nothing much to it. I know the game is very simplified now, but it is how it is. I hope it will help you. First part of the video, you can see the gear and everything else. This is mostly for single target. I would even maybe change the Demogorgon set to the new set, but Demogorgon is still the best. I show you, if you want to see how Mad Mage set is working, check out my previous video. And that would be it for now, guys. I hope it will help. And if you have any questions, shoot it in the comment section. I will gladly answer to everybody. And that's about it. I hope I didn't forget anything. I probably am, as usual, but it doesn't really matter. Just ask me in the comment section, and I will reply. Companions also would stay the same. Everything is the same for lower content. It's just power is a little bit more up, if you know what I mean. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon, guys. I don't have any plans for Neverwinter videos until they solve that mess with multiplicative and additive buffs, but I will cover that if needed. Until then, you guys, depends when you're watching this, have a nice weekend or week ahead, and I will see you soon, guys. So bye bye.